Alright, the next one I'll be talking about is my thoughts on the current Power Ranger and Super Sentai. Yes, for people who don't know, I'm a Super Sentai fan. And if you don't know what that is, it's the original source for Power Ranger. And if you don't know what Power Ranger is, it started in the 90s, which is a team of five. They form this, they transform to this superhero costume and they fight evil. Well, it's kind of like a superhero show. That's what Power Ranger is. And Super Sentai, the original. But I'll be talking about the recent, what's happening on both sides, Super Sentai and Power Ranger. First, I want to talk about Super Sentai. One of my most favorite Super Sentai series is, and I think everybody could agree with this, is the 35th anniversary of Super Sentai Gokaigers. This is their anniversary series, and pirates. You know, you can't get anything wrong with that. Everybody loves pirates. One Piece, Peter Pan, Pirates of the Caribbean. So Gokaigers, they're a pirate themed Power Ranger. The source actually is kind of different. You know, they're not sort of a hero, but sort of an anti-hero. They went to Earth, not to protect Earth until, well, the end, spoiler, but to find a great treasure. So that was my favorite one. But then when the series was over, there was some problem. I watched GoBusters, which is supposed to be a spy op theme. Couldn't get into it, sadly to say. I'm sorry, I couldn't get into it. It was way too serious. It was dark, and the Zords, they weren't too good. It just doesn't really fit. It doesn't really fit with the theme. If you just stick with just vehicles, why turn to an animal? It's kind of weird. It's hard to relate it. And that's the reason why in the next one after that was they had to go back to what most kids like, dinosaurs. So a third dinosaur theme Power Ranger or Super Sentai. Remember the original was Ranger, which is Mighty Morphin Power Ranger. Then Abba Ranger, which in America is Dino Thunder. So it's okay, more cheesy like always. More entertaining, more comedic than GoBusters. So they're going back to what Super Sentai is all about. I think that's a good move. So I mean, you know, the fact is, GoBusters has the lowest rating for Super Sentai, and that's bad. And that's the same reason why they're actually skipping that in the Power Ranger line. But I'll talk about that later. Uh, so yeah, yes, Kyoryugers, I think it was good. Not still, I mean, I still prefer Gokaigers, but Kyoryugers is good. Dinosaur theme, really entertaining. And then now I'm trying to watch TOQGers, which is a train theme. Hey, it's something new. I mean, everybody loves trains. Choo choo. I mean, I even like how there's an announcer and how the sound effects, music, it's okay. The characters, I need more time to watch it, so I gotta watch more of the episode, but it looks promising. I mean, yeah, granted, the costume really are like, meh, but maybe there's more than meets the eye, so again, we'll have to see, you know, need to watch more episodes, so all I can say is, I'm going to give it more chance, watch more episodes of TOQGers, and then I might give my opinion about it in the long run. But so far for Super Sentai, at least they're going back in the right tracks. That they learned their mistake, what they did with GoBusters, going back to its root, making it like it's kids for, you know, show for kids. making it cheery, happy, not dark with GoBuster. I mean, change is good, but it has to benefit. And sadly to say, GoBusters change did not benefit the viewers. Sorry, it didn't work for me, so how would it work for a kid? So, now, Power Ranger. Where do I start? Well, if you know the history of what happened to Power Ranger is that at first Power Ranger was adapted from Saban, Haim Saban. I don't know if he's the one that created or basically created what Power Ranger is, or he saw a brand and said, "Hey, that looks potential. We want to make an international version." And I think someone did Power Ranger, whatever. Wikipedia's your friend. Go read. I guess we go read it. But after Wild Force, I guess Saban had some problems, financial problem. He had to sell off all his, I guess, IP, and Power Ranger was sold to Disney. And I'm not going to say Disney is bad, because, I mean, granted, some of the Disney version were good. Ashley was good. The year 2025, Mystic Force. Yeah, I mean, it's Harry Potter, but RPM was actually interesting because it was a Mad Max world, Mad World, or it was like one of those post-apocalyptic style Road Warrior theme, rather than in Japan, Gokaigers, which is a comedy racing team. Ugh. So, but the thing is, after the problem with Disney was that I guess ratings were bad, and I guess some people didn't like. I'm surprised that some people didn't like the Disney version of Power Ranger. That Disney in themselves said that if Power Ranger is not making us money, that's it. We're done. There's no more Power Ranger. We're done. Fini. We're just gonna put it in the vault. If nobody wants it, we're just gonna put it in the vault, and that's it. So, of course, Power Ranger fans like, oh my God, what are we gonna do? Excuse me. Bad breath. So anyway, where am I? I got lost. Sorry, I got distracted. Yes. RPM was the last one. They tried to revamp the original Mighty Morphin Power Ranger. That didn't work. So, what are you gonna do? If there's no sale, what's gonna happen? They're just gonna put it in the vault. So, then of course, Saban, Saban brand, I guess a new company or Saban's improved company, they saved it. Or, I take it back, I'm sorry. They bought back the Power Ranger IP from Disney. And correct me if I'm wrong for this one. I don't know if it's true or not, rumor. That the rumor was what I heard was that Saban actually bought the Power Ranger from Disney while Disney still has the rights, the license rights for Power Ranger. So in business situation, if you don't know what it means, is that when a company has to buy a product from another company because say that other company is not going to use anything, they're just going to take it away because they still have the rights and the license, that you have to pay more. You have to pay them, and it's mostly expensive, versus waiting for the rights to expire. So now it's up in the air. Anybody can just take it, and if you bought it, it's going to be cheaper. But again, correct me if I'm wrong. This one, again, I don't know. It's a rumor. What I heard is, and again, I don't know if it's accurate or not. There's disclaimer. I'm emphasizing this is that Saban bought the Power Ranger IP or property from Disney while Disney still has the license. and that's why what you're seeing from Samurai and Megaforce are kind of like cheap on the budget. I don't, again, I don't know what the situation is in there, so I'll get back to, I'll talk about that later. So, again, starting with Samurai, Power Rangers back in action with the original owner, Saban. And yeah, we heard a lot of stories. Oh man, Saban is cheap. What's going on, man? The production's so cheap. Disney just kept it. Disney just kept it. Blah blah blah. There was an argument. I'm reading it from forums, article. People talk about it. Some say, "Oh, Disney just kept the Power Ranger," and some of them say, "Oh no, it's a one-state Power Ranger." I mean, there's two sides of the story. Here's my thoughts about it. Is that all I can say at first? I know some people are not gonna like this. What I'm about to say, but whether you like Saban or not, if it wasn't for Saban, there wouldn't be Power Ranger ever, because Disney, they weren't making the money with the Power Ranger, and they said themselves that they were just putting it in the vault because they're not making any money. They still have the rights. They're just going to put it in the vault, and that's it. And when you put intellectual property in the vault, it means that you still have the license, and you can't really do anything about it because you're not going to make any money. So what do? You put him in the vault. That's basically it. You can't do anything about it. It's in the vault. Yeah, it's kind of unfortunate when that situation happened. So, look what happened now with Naruto Shippuden. Finally, Adult Swim. Thank you, anime god. I mean, they couldn't even do it in 2013 because the reason is Disney still had the license, and Cartoon Network refused to pay Disney for it, so they were just waiting for it to expire, I think, and finally it expired at 2014. Now you can watch Shippuden on Adult Swim. I didn't watch it, but I knew some people did. They watched the Disney one, and they're like face bombing because it just wasn't really good. Oh, speaking of another thing that Disney acquired that made me sad a bit, Star Wars, but thank you, Netflix. Oh, thank you for putting Season 6 on Netflix exclusively. If you put that on Disney XD, oh my gosh, imagine all the censorship. I'm sorry. Disney it's like a family show, a family channel. Just look at the Marvel. God, I miss my Avengers Earth Mighty Zero. I'm sorry, I'm going off track here, but Disney sometimes they disappoint me. That's why. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm gonna go back to Power Ranger, Saban, Power Ranger. This is what the vlog is about. sorry. Alright, so again, like I said, for me, but if it wasn't for Saban, there wouldn't be Power Rangers. There wouldn't be an American version of Gokaigers, Power Ranger Samurai, Gokaigers, Megaforce, and Gokaigers, Super Megaforce. And speaking of Megaforce, now I'm going to give you my thought about both Power Ranger Samurai and Power Ranger Megaforce. Samurai was okay. Heck, the story was actually, well, it's Gokaigers. Yes, if people didn't know, what they did was, and they've done this before, besides Gokaigers, they did this with Wild Force and Time Force, is they just decided to use the Japanese script, but they actually copied the Japanese script to its core, verbatimly. Maybe I'm using the word right or not, I don't know. Sorry. But it's exactly what the Japanese counterpart, except with people speaking English, and they did that with Power Ranger Samurai. For me, I have no problem with that. I think that's fine. Hey, because kid doesn't know about Super Sentai. It's not really about. I mean, I know a lot of Super Sentai fans gonna be upset when I say this, but Power Rangers, is for kids. Whether you like it or not, whether you agree or not, it's for kids. It's a kids show. It's not an adult show. It's not for fans. It's meant for kids. We're secondary when it comes to this thing. We're not the target audience. So, again, Power Ranger is for kids. I know some people are going to disagree, but I'm sorry to say that's how it goes. So, the story though is okay. Now comes Megaforce. Granted, I'm not really a fan of Gokaigers. The robot's kind of weird with the headers. And of course, one more thing, Saban, Bandai, you disappoint me. I'm very upset that you did not bring Data in America. Oh my gosh, what went wrong? What happened? Why did you not plan? Why have you been erasing the series? What the heck? I mean, the one thing that made me excited that, well, I guess you're going to do a translation of Gokaigers was the arcade. I wanted an arcade robot. I wanted it as a toy. What? There's no plan. What the? Oh my gosh! I'm sorry. I'm so upset about that. Right now, I'm still salty. I am still salty about that one. I mean, I heard the rumors, the reason why was a license issue, and of course, Saban's being cheap. Yeah, we know they're cheap. We know I'll be talking about if Saban's how they're cheap. But still, no excuse. I was so wrong, Saban, Bandai. My gosh, you did not bring the arcade. And I'm so upset. So upset right there. I gotta get off my chest. The story-wise, again, it is a little bit different, but of course, the thing is, both Gokaigers and Geiger in Power Ranger lore, they're the 20th anniversary of Power Ranger. That's why they're trying to make reference to the original Power Ranger, which is you got a red, blue, pink, yellow, and black. Same goes with the original Power Ranger, or in Japan, Zhu Ranger. It has the same color scheme. Granted, there's no Megaforce green. I don't know why they didn't. That's also one of the problems is that, what the heck? I mean, one of the best thing about Power Ranger is that there's some American exclusive Power Ranger. Titanium Ranger and Spirit Ranger. Don't tell me that Toei's not allowing you to do that anymore, that you can't even make your own exclusive Power Ranger. If that's the case, that is suck. That suck. Seriously. Granted, you can't even turn into Titanium Ranger and Super Megaforce. From what I heard, they're not even allowed to do it. I mean, from what I heard, there was rumor that Toei had to supervise Super Megaforce and Super Megaforce. That one of the rumors is that they're not allowed to make an American Power Ranger anymore. Why not? That's BS. I'm sorry. That's just wrong. So, again, good. Thank you sometimes here. I do apologize. Boy, 20 minutes talking about Power Ranger. Good grief, man. I guess every time I do this blog, I do talk a lot. I do apologize. But, wow. Well, just, when story-wise, for Megaforce, yeah, I'm sorry to say, like Troy, I don't really see much a hero. I'm sorry. Every time I look at Troy, you know what I see? An emo kid. I'm sorry. He's so emo. It's like he's the emo. I don't know what to say. The guy's emo. So lame. you can't even compare it to Captain Marvelous or even Alata. I'm sorry. And also making Gokaigers suit as a power up to Gokaigers suit. Oh my gosh, that's just. Ugh. I mean, granted, Super Mega Force storyline, at least it's better than Mega Force. I mean, thanks to Jason Smith, aka Red Jungle Fury Ranger. He's cool. He props to him. He made the story interesting, but the concept of the suit, just a power up to Mega Force, that's just horrible. I'm sorry. 'Cause like I said, I love Gokaiger. I've been talking about it. That's one of my favorite series. And what Saban did, I'm sorry to say, I don't want to really say bastardized yet. Let's give it more time. But right now, jeez, it's just. I guess the budget does show on the Power Ranger. Then again, I really can't say Mr. Saban shouldn't own the Power Ranger because it's either that or no Power Ranger. What do you want? No Power Ranger or half-ass Power Ranger? I know we all want perfect Power Ranger, but I don't excuse the language there. But sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. If you have a limited budget, you can't do anything about it. So again, I'm gonna give it more time for Super Mega Force because I know 20 episodes. Sadly, I mean, Gokaiger had 52 episodes. In my opinion, there should be like a separate than Mega Force. But I guess how do you tribute 20 years of Power Ranger for if you make a 30 episode of Power Ranger? So again, we'll just see what happens. Of course, it's going to be done by, of course, I think at any point, since it's only 20 episodes. And speak them down, Saban, if you're listening, can you please, by the love of Mike, stop with this 20 episode season? Oh my God, this shows how cheap you are. What you guys are a bunch of cheapskate 20 episodes? I mean, I sort of understand with Samurai and Super Samurai due to the fact that you got the acquisition late and you needed something to show on Nickelodeon. But really for Mega Force and Super Mega Force, that's just pathetic. I'm sorry. Saban, I'm trying to give you a chance, but shape up. Seriously. You guys, right now, you're so cheap. Your production to some extent is so sort of cheap right now. I know, granted, again, you don't make a lot of money, or probably Toei's basically keeping an eye on you. Like they're really being aware. They're keeping an eye on you, what you do, so you don't ruin the reputation of Super Sentai. But stop with the 20 episode thing. Just pathetic. I'm sorry. That's so pathetic. 20 episode. Well, you can do that with Dino Charge since you're skipping GoBuster because of poor ratings. Dino Charge and Super Dino Charge. 20 episodes of Dino Charge and then Super Dino Charge, and you're going to integrate with GoBuster. Jeez. I'm sorry, but again, I know this one sounds more like a rant than a vlog. But again, let me recap what I just said. Super Sentai, they're going back in the track. They show what Super Sentai once again, ever since the mistake they did with GoBuster. So I'm going to give more chance of TOQGers. As for Power Ranger, Mega Force, I'm sorry to say, it was bad. Troy, freaking emo Red Ranger. I am going to try to give Super Mega Force a chance because, like I said, I seen the episode that Jason Smith did. He did a good job, made sense. And why am I praising the guy? Because he actually knows what Super Sentai, and from what I heard, he was using a lot of those ideas and influence in his writing. So Jason Smith, if you're hearing this, keep up the good work. Keep it up. You're a good writer. I hope that you are a writer for future Power Ranger, and also get rid of Jonathan Zactor, the producer for Power Ranger. That guy was he's a lame. He's a lamer. He's lame. And the reason why I'm basically showing like negative thing about him because he says some things I don't agree. One is he doesn't consider the Disney Power Ranger part of the Power Ranger lore. That doesn't make sense. So what? They're like in another story, whatever. And the second was it was him that basically at first that he basically already proposed or the plan was that even so it's a 20-year anniversary, we're not going to do an anniversary. We're not going to make this an anniversary. It's just going to be a normal episode. And then when people say, oh, heck no, you can't do that, and they were being cheapskate about the actors. I mean, you see, some of the actors didn't even want to be in Power Ranger because they weren't going to get paid. And whoever that did join, all I can say is respect, got proud for you. I mean, heck, we already see Jade and Sheba and Mentor G making their cameo, and of course, Casey or Jason Smith in real life, you know, because he's a writer, so he gave him an episode. Spirit of the Tiger, that was such an interesting episode. Props to him. Again, keep up the good work. Keep writing more Power Ranger. I think you'll make Power Ranger good. I can sense it. You have that passion as a writer. So keep it up. But for Jonathan Zactor, go away. You're ruining Power Ranger. They need someone better than him. Well, that's my thoughts about Power Ranger and Super Sentai. Sorry if I took close to 30 minutes for this one, but I guess it's just I had a lot of things to say, and I guess it was all some rant. So, well, that's it for now. Again, remember, 2 Megamix game show is coming this week, and of course, expect next week, especially on Tuesday. That's why it's kind of slow. So I've been working on them. I mean, you know it's going to be fake, but what it is, you'll be surprised. It's up to you. I hope it's not lame. I hope it's not going to be the same situation as the 5th character in Ultra Street Fighter 4, the Capri. Oh, yes, I just went there. Well, that's it for now. I'll see you guys later.